We got some interesting feedback from a story we shared about the booming faith life in one local high school. I'm Jeff Heisner, and welcome to God Works Weekly. We'll get to that shortly, but let's begin with a story about making disciples. And the Kairos Network's missionary pathway, it works to train people for community engagement to grow God's kingdom. Matt Peoples is the founder and director. Here's Matt with how the program can help seek and save the lost in your local community.
The things that we teach have nothing to do about somebody's worship style, governance style, any of the ways they do church. And so what that means is they learn how to make a disciple outside of those things. And then they're able to immediately apply those things, not just in their communities that they're going to, but literally in their churches. So they learn how to make everything they're doing in church more of a disciple-making experience without changing anything in the church immediately. And so it creates this thing where essentially you do cellular level disciple making. And so when it comes to the network, that's really what we do. We help people learn how to make disciples in their context and for their context, because our heart's to reach disconnected people with the gospel. And then through doing that, we also are training them in how they can train ministry leaders, how they can then gather together and then do something more complex. Because if you think about like the human body is made up of a bunch of cells, right? All of our complicated systems are just cells that are organized in a specific way. And so when you as a ministry leader have those complicated systems, but you also have lay people that have those cellular level disciple making systems, you're able to see ministry expand into the community into places you never thought you'd see it.
Well, you might have seen last week's story about Lutheran West High School and the faith life that has blossomed in the last year. Well, we heard some interesting feedback. People are seeing that in the high schools. And the question was posed, why is that not translating into us as a church body growing at all? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Comment here or email me. We'd love to spur on that conversation. What do you think? And what are you experiencing? Going inside Concordia Market, and our good friend Greg Finke is here. He's talking about the Go Network. What's the Go Network? It's all about connecting local leaders and ministries in order to multiply the expansion of God's kingdom until the entire world trusts and follows Jesus. Pretty good plan, right? Here's Greg with more.
We would invite you to be involved. It basically is a simple concept that mission-minded, confessionally Lutheran ministries and leaders and practitioners, that we help them find each other so that they can support each other, build trusting relationships, share resources, collaborate, all with the goal of making progress in being able to reach more and more people with the good news of Jesus Christ.
Well, thanks, Greg. You can find out more, concordiamarket.com/go-network. And it's time for What You Reading. Well, TJ Maddock from LCEF is here, and he's got a couple of pretty good suggestions.
A book that I'm currently reading is by an author by the last name of Housel, Housel. It's called The Psychology of Money. Interesting take on, it's not necessarily all about intelligence, but also really focuses on the behaviors and how that impacts our relationship with money. Another one, this is completely for fun. If you've heard of the comedian Nate Bargatze, he actually has a book out. I just picked that up, started reading it, and it's written much like his comedy routines, which are clean, no language or anything like that. So that's just the, I need a brain break, so it's nice to pick that up and read a chapter of that book.
Well, that's going to do it for us. Remember, check the show notes for all the links that we've covered here. And if you've got story ideas, feel free, email me directly. We'd love to tell those stories of the cool things that are happening at your church, in your community, or wherever they're happening. Thanks for watching God Works Weekly.